Molweni. And here we now continue with counting. And in this particular lesson we look at what happens when people or objects become the objects of a verb. And we begin with people. And as I mentioned before, any word beginning with aba, such as abantu, people, abafundi, scholars or students, abantwana, children, and many, many others. So you would, for example, want to say ndifuna, I want, ndibona, I see, ndifundisa, fundisa, I teach. How many? Omnye, one. Ababini, two. Abathathu, three. Abane, four. Abahlanu, five. Abathandathu, six. Abasixhenxe, seven. Abasibhozo, eight. Abalithoba, nine. Abalishumi, 10. And then secondly, we look at what happens to words that begin with imi when we are counting them, and they are the objects of our verb. So here we look at words such as imibuzo, questions, imiti, trees, imilenze, legs, many, many words. But for example, pendula, answer so many questions. One question, omnye. Two, emibini. Three, emithathu. Three, emine. Four, emihlanu. Five, emithandathu. Six. Okay, there we have the emi being used up to that point, and then it changes. Sixhenxe, sibhozo, lithoba, lishumi. Thirdly, we look at what happens to words that begin with ama, the prefix ama. Amaphepha, papers or pages. Amagama, words. Amakhwenkwe, little boys. Amantombazana, little girls. Any word beginning with ama. And you would, for example, then want to say bala, write, or funda, read. So many pages, write so many words, whatever the word may be that you are referring to. So, iphepha elinye, one. Amabini, two. Amathathu, three. Amane, four. Amahlanu, five. Amathandathu, six. Sixhenxe, seven. Sibhozo, eight. Lithoba, nine. Lishumi, 10. Again, notice the ama, which applies up to 6, and then the change which occurs from 7 onwards. Finally, we look at objects in general, namely izinto, or more specifically words that begin with a double I. Incwadi, books. Iklasi, classes or lectures. Ifestile, windows. Imoto, cars. And as I mentioned before, this will be the form that you will use most frequently in everyday isiXhosa. And here we give you two options. Ndifuna, I want. Tata, take, whatever the verb may be that you are using. Ibenye or enye, one. Zibembini or ezimbini, two. Zibentatu or ezintatu, three. Zibene or ezine, four. Zibentlanu or ezintlanu, for five. Zibentandatu, six. Or ezintandatu, the alternative form, for seven. zibe sixhenxe or ezisixhenxe. For 8, zibe sibhozo or ezisibhozo. 9, zibe lithoba or ezilithoba. And then finally for 10, zibe lishumi or ezilishumi. So beyond 10, you would, for example, have ezili 19, for example. But we do not use the isiXhosa counting system beyond 10. Well, you can, but it becomes rather clumsy. So then that concludes this series of lectures or pair of lectures on counting. Enkosi kakhulu.